Hey guys, Mapletail here. Today is an extra special video where I'm taking a look at the game demo for Cattails Wildwood Story. I'm extremely excited about this upcoming game, and the devs were kind enough to send me a review copy of the demo to take a look at. Obviously this isn't the sort of video I normally make, but I had to make an exception for Cattails. Before I get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Or more videos not so much like this. If you're not familiar with Cattails Wildwood Story, it's a cozy life sim where you play as a feral cat. It's commonly described as a mix between Warrior Cats, Stardew Valley, and similar games, so it's right up my alley. I played the first game, Cattails Become a Cat, to death when it came out in 2017, and I'm super hyped for the sequel. The game is currently on Kickstarter, which I highly recommend checking out if this sounds like something you'd be into. The base game has already been fully funded, and now we're working towards some exciting stretch goals. I'll leave a link in the description for all that. So the demo. This is of course an early build of the game, so there's plenty of features and content still to come. But I'm just happy to get into it. Wildwood Story starts off strong with that character creator. There are so many beautiful preset pelt options, all which can be modified, or you can start by scratch, with an in-depth coat creator. I admit I was a little overwhelmed at first by the sheer amount of selection, but it's pretty easy to use once you get into it, and you truly can design your cat however you please. I loved all that freedom, but also appreciated having so many pre-made options too, and some pre-made colors, if color sliders aren't your thing. The different body types and even cat voices really added an extra nice touch of customization. And I like that you get some accessories right away, even if I didn't end up choosing any for this cat. Into the game proper, it starts off with the beautifully drawn cutscene that sets up the story nicely. The first Cattails game had some great art, but this is such a step up, and I'm already really invested in this world and story. Once in-game, I got to check out the new mailbox, which I think is a nice little addition compared to the first game. And I'm excited to see what kind of letters you get. One thing I clocked right away was the minimap. It's such a nice quality of life update to have the little cats appear on a map, so it's not such a struggle to find them. In the demo, everyone remains stationary, but I know that most cats will walk around town in the finished version and have their own daily schedules. The first real thing I did was talk to all the cats around the colony. The art really shines here again. Every cat has these amazing portraits that just make me want to do so much fan art. I already love Phantom and Fliss so much, and I'll likely end up marrying one of them once the game is released. And it was so nice to see returning characters in Ember, Crampy, and Jag, especially Jag. They were one of my favorite characters in the first game, and I was always disappointed that I couldn't marry them. Definitely another tempting option in the sequel. And I love that Ember has a child here in Spark. That's just a really cute detail. All the cats so far have been so unique and full of personality. I just can't wait to get to know everyone better. And I especially liked the addition of a Manx cat in Bob, and a hairless cat in Glimmer. Just having all these different breeds of cats was just way more interesting than just like a bunch of short hairs. Also on the subject of the cats, I just adore that they them pronouns are used for everyone, and that there isn't any limitations as to who you can marry. I always greatly appreciate an LGBT+ friendly game, and this one definitely hits the mark. The last thing I did around town was give the colony options a look. Here you can freely change the name, title, and emblem of your colony, and change what the cats will refer to you as. I love that clan as a title option. Makes my little warrior cat's heart happy. And there were so many pretty emblem types. I was very drawn to the purple ones, of course, and will definitely be using some of those in my playthroughs. Out in the woods, a pretty nice chunk of the map was available for the demo, and it showcased a few different biomes. Forest, beach, rivers, even a volcano area. It just makes exploring the world that much more interesting. And I love the small details that add so much, like how you can see your cat's reflection in the water, as well as the reflection of the sky. That had some really beautiful moments. Another nice thing about the water is that it's far less treacherous than the first game. I was actually able to swim without upgrading the ability or fearing for my life. When it came to hunting, I definitely struggled a bit, at least at first. I was skeptical about this new hunting system, specifically that timing mechanic, but it actually felt pretty natural once I got used to it. And there's even accessibility options to change it to a coin toss, to make it more random, and less skill-based. That said, I still kind of wish they brought back the option to have hunting work more like it did in the first game. Is that still my preferred method? There does seem to be a lot more prey in this new game. Some birds that I'm not sure what they were, as I didn't manage to catch them, but one looked like a robin, which is really cool, as well as lizards and new looking fish. And I love that everything you catch goes into a collection tab. The completionist in me is absolutely going to want to catch everything and find everything. Also, I just want to mention how adorable the hunger bar is. I love it. Back in town, I checked out the den customization options, and there were a lot, like even more than I was expecting. You can change the size and layout of your den, as well as change what the floors and walls look like, which was really cool. I made a nice little sand room at the back of my house. There was also a ton of furniture to try out. I love the cozy fireplace and all the little objects, like the board game and the paint set. It just makes the den so homey. The pool and the calendar in the den were both nice additions too. Just nice to have that kind of information available right when you wake up. I'm curious how den stuff is going to be unlocked, as I only had a certain amount of spaces to play with for the demo, so we'll have to see how that goes. I noticed when I slept that I was gaining experience, and while that doesn't seem to be a usable feature in the demo, I'm excited to see what kinds of perks that I'll be able to unlock with that. And that's about it for my first impressions of playing this game. Thanks for watching. I had a great time trying this game out, and I can't wait for the full release. Even though this is typically an art channel, I might be interested in doing something like this again. Especially with the alpha and beta of Cattails coming out this summer and next year respectively. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see. Lastly, I just want to thank the devs of Cattails Wildwood Story for sending me the demo. It was really awesome to check out. And I'll see you next Thursday.